Well, all right. That was not the right screen. So let's try that again. Holy cow, a bunga. That was not the right screen at all, and I'm not sure how everything got so messed up. Anyways, this is your host, ID Jester. We're going to be tearing the shrink wrap off of one of our new GMT games. Let's see if I can pronounce this like Purgatorio? Purgatorio? This is the Battles of the Glesp and the Glavenese. 1176 to 1325. Tear the shrink wrap off, see what you get in the box. This is a new Men of Iron series game by GMT. So let's get to it. Yeah, everything is messed up on my screen here. What is going on? It's like not... Well, I'll have to fix that later. We'll worry about that later. First things first, tear that shrink wrap. Get it out of here. I hate shrink wrap. The bane of every YouTuber's existence out there. Look at that. It looks better already. Alright, so this is the Men of Iron series, as I talked about, volume 6. It includes all these different fights. Complexity is 4 out of 9. Solitaire suitability is 7 out of 9. This is by GMT Games, and the game design is Ralph Shelton. Box art looks awesome, as usual. So let's see what you get inside the box is the most important thing now. So we got our series rules. We'll look at those in a minute. Second printing. We have our battle book. We have our flight track, point track, and the general track. We have our weapon system matrix for shock and charges. And it's a little bifold here. Seizure counter explanations. Different terrain charts for the different maps. Fire result table, charge table, and looks like there's going to be 2 copies of that. We've got some maps. We'll look at the maps. Looks like there's 3 maps. We have a little sheet of counters, retired, engaged, no move, no fire, continued attack. Then we have a regular sheet of counters. Of course, 2-sided. These are the Galebanese. One of these sides, if we look at the, and one of these sides is the Glelps and the Glebanese and the Glelps. I don't know how to pronounce them. I'm sorry. But, one of these sided with the Holy Roman Empire. I think it's these guys because they have the Holy Roman Empire emblems on all their uniforms. And the other side were against the Holy Roman Empire. I think it talks about that on the back here. The struggle was between the monarchs in Europe, particularly between the Holy Roman Empire and the Pope, which spawned well over 100 years of conflict in Italy. The investor controversy caused a split between the Italian city-states and even the people within the city-states. Galeps was the name given to those who supported the papacy, while the Gabonese were the supporters of the Holy Roman Empire. Guelph cities tended to be farther away from the papal states and closer to the Holy Roman Empire. The Lebanese cities tended to be further away from the Holy Roman Empire and closer to the Pope's temporal powers. So there you go. Cool, interesting. We have purple and yellow to match the purple and yellow different faction colors, which is a nice touch with the 10-sided dice. Normally, I'm not a big fan of having dice in the game because, like, we don't need dice, but if you're going to have dice, are you going to bed? All right. See you later. Do they decide what they're doing tomorrow, or they're going
tentatively do the beach in the morning?
Okay. All right.
So you're going to have to get up.
I know. Just give me up. All right. So, there we go. Yep. Nice looking counters. You can zoom in maybe and get some nice looking. This is the back side of the counters here. Here's the front side. All right. And of course, not to be outdone, we have to have some of the papal Roman Holy Roman Empire units. And some of the leaders there: Alberto, Bonifacio, Jacopino, Hughes, Henry, Amador, and Malatesta. Yeah. Good looking counters. Let's see, get the camera to zoom in. So there we got that. Obviously, we have to punch these out. We got bags for that. We got, of course, our little insert, so we can keep our dice there. Let's take a look at the rules and the maps. All right.
When you go to bed,
Yeah.
he's sitting out there for a while.
Yeah.
Can you make sure the pool light is off?
Yeah.
And the door's locked.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, I'm just going to zoom all the way out. So these maps are going to take a lot of space. So I have this map here, which is pretty much just a river and a road. And then two-sided. Got a little bit of terrain and a river there. Okay. And we have the Battle of Monteperti, Tuscany, Italy, 4th of September, 1260. Again, you're not going to see much on these maps. Maybe a little bit of terrain and maybe a river or some brush or something. Here it looks like a smaller map, the Battle of Congenova. Just one road and then like a little fort over here. And it always helps when you slam the camera. That's great. Then we have the, what is this? Battle of Campandino. Looks like a little camp, a river here, and then maybe a creek over there. There we go. Can figure out. All right. Yeah, so not too bad with the maps. All right, so let's take a look at the series rules really quickly. See what we're talking about. The battle book. Let's take a look at the battle book real quick. So we have the preface. We have talking about the battle, how it sets up, how it looks like on the battlefield. Alright. Talks about shield walls, time engagement, terrain, Continevo. Continevo. Okay. Then we have Montepierti. Benevito. Then we have Tag Liacuzini. Cusi. Campadino. A lot of stuff going on in that battle. Jeez. Zeppolino. All right. And then we have the series rules. So talk about the different leaders, combat units, what the different units look like, different definitions. All right, victory, sequence of play, leaders in command, activation and continuity, season continuity, movement facing, zone of controls, stacking missile fire, line of sight, resolving fire, shocking, charging and countercharging, combat results, continued attack, rallying units, special units, shield wall, okay, optional rules, and that's it. Extended sequence of play. So that's what you get in the box. Obviously, with a little luck, three maps, two-sided. Quite a few scenarios. Some counter sheets. Good-looking artwork. Good-looking counters. And yeah, so it's gonna be some time having to punch these out and making them look all pretty, making them all look pretty. So we'll try and do that. Norman Conquest errata counters. So this is some errata counters for the previous Men of Iron series, I think. So that's nice. That's good to know. Yeah, a couple counter sheets and a little sheet there. Shouldn't take too long to get your game ready to rock and roll. And you can counter clip as you're reading through the rules and getting things ready and set up for your first scenario. So thanks everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. That is a look at what you get when you tear the shrink wrap off Purgatorio. Battles of the Galebs and the Galebanese. 1176-1325 by Ralph Shelton. Men of Iron Volume 6 by GMT Games. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, my friends, have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.